Piddly Station.
Do you want another one?
Welcome back to another video. The first video actually I'm doing for 2026. I'm back on the East Coast, the East Riding of Yorkshire once again to do a Piddly Station, the piddliest station actually on the Wolds coastline. Welcome to Beverley, where we're going today. One stop up north to Arram. Welcome back for 2026 to visiting Piddly Stations. To Beverley. I've got my hat on. It is March the 13th today. We're not changing the actual day because it's bad luck. But welcome to Beverley to catch the afternoon service which calls at this Piddly Station. We're going to do the usual caveats of passenger numbers, quickie ticketing, onwards travel destinations, poster. What am I doing? I've not done this in so long. It was December when I did the last Piddly Station. Went up to Kildale and Commondale. But yeah, we've got to get a train now. One stop up to Arram, which is the piddliest station on the Wolds coastline. And then we get there, we'll do the usual. Right, let's get this sharabang up to Arram. First Piddly Station for 2026, and it's Arram. Welcome to Arram. It is in the middle of nowhere, and I can see why. Passenger numbers, light's not great, is it? It's one of them days today. Passenger numbers a little bit low, but yes, this is it, staggered platform. See it? We're going to go back there later on to get the train back to Beverley, where I'll be having a jar of fermented water. But welcome to Arram today. We are, like I say, on the Wolds coastline. I hope I'm saying that correctly, being Welsh and all that. And we are one stop north of Beverley. Makes you think of Beverley Callard, Coronation Street. But this is Arram, and yes, this is the piddliest station on the Wolds coast. Now there's a bit of history around the area. I know there's an old RAF base literally there, and there's also a nature reserve. I've got about an hour and 10 minutes now to stay here. I could have walked back to Beverley. It's about 4 miles along the canal, but no, we're going to get the train. So let's get straight on to Timetable. That was the 12:15. So let's see what sort of service Arram gets every day here on Piddly Stations. Here's Timetable information poster. Right, so towards Scarborough, which we've just come off now. So there you go, 6:32, 7:59, both from Hull. Then the next one, which we've just got off, is 12:15. E says I know originates at York. The next northbound is 14:14. I did contemplate a later start, to catch that one, but then it meant a bit of a gap, because then there's a bit of a gap then until 17:51, and then your last northbound Monday to Saturday 2015 also originates at York. On a Sunday there is two. There was a timetable anomaly, but now it has been dispelled. 2 in the morning towards Scarborough, 9:33, and 2 in the morning, 2 in the day, 9:33, 17:15. That's your lot for Sunday. Going southbound, which we'll be doing later, Monday to Saturday, Arram, here we go, 7:32, 8:27. Then we'll be catching the 13:23, then 17:23. So again, that massive gap in the middle. There's nothing in between here to fill in the gaps. So 17:23, 18:22. That's Saturday accepted and only, but at the same time. And then that is your lot for Saturday. Sunday, 10:03, 18:41. And that concludes the timetabling poster information for the first episode of Piddly Stations for 2026. Yeah, so like I say, what have we got going north? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 northbound. Monday to Saturday, and then southbound we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 southbound. So yeah, there is a timetable, and normally Monday to Saturday, which sees northbound getting more southbound trains, and then on a Sunday it's now 2 a day. I think it was 1 northbound, 2 southbound, or whatever. Now it's 2 each way a day. So that concludes train times here at Arram. There's a train speeding through in the moment, but there's an old BR sign. You can just see them. Oh, I can't. Can you see it? There's an old reminiscence of the old BR sign. We do have a totem. We do have some daffodils. It is March the 13th. Fry. Won't say it in case it's bad luck. There's a train speeding through for York in a minute. But let's just watch that go by. These barriers will be lowering soon. I'm wondering, is there any onwards travel information poster? Maybe somewhere hidden away, but as we wait for this train to pass, look at this. Oh, beautiful. You can hear it. It's a windy day here. Windy day. But look at this here now. What a lovely sight. Yeah, so Leconfield, I think it's called, an RAF base down there. We'll have a walk down there. We'll have a walk to the nature reserve once we've completed all our... Oh, I don't think there's any onwards travel information poster at the station. I know I can find one, but it's not at the station. Hello, someone in the house there. Let's not stay here for too long in front of their front door. I don't think there is one. No. Ah, but I know I can find one. Give me a second as we wait for the York train to blast through. I've got it on my phone here. I'll put a link on the top so I can move my head there. I'll put the poster. As I'm looking at the poster on my phone, National Rail Inquiries are all on there. No frequent local buses calling at Arram railway station. There's taxis, and that's your Arram village, 10-minute walk away. And then what's it called? Leconfield village. Well, I would say that's about a half an hour walk away. I'll post the onwards travel poster there, or there, whatever it was. But no onwards travel. Oh dear. So if you're stranded here for a bit, it's train only. Or Shanks's pony. Woo! 155 they used to drive them back in the day at Victoria. Right, we've got a bit of time yet, so what we're going to do first is I'm going to go towards, if we can see any reminiscence of RAF Leconfield, and then we'll go towards the nature reserve. No, there's another train due, but it's not level crossing, not going down just yet. Lovely totem, needs a lick of paint though. Look at this. I could do a lick of paint now, is it on the other side? Yeah. Right, let's go and do some exploring. So I've looked at my footpath map app, and you can get as far down as the gates of the RAF base. It's not an RAF base as such anymore. I've been reading into it because, you know, I do like a bit of reading into Piddly, and like the last episode, which had no signal and did not plan at all for. But this was an RAF base until not that long ago. RAF Leconfield. It was home to a number of bombers during World War II. After the end of the World War, it turned into a training facility. Also was the home, I think, of the sea rescue for the Yorkshire side, which then unfortunately moved on to RAF Humberside. And today it is a school of defence. It's Leconfield School of Defence. The runways are still there, but they're now used not for planes, but I believe for tanks and for military vehicle equipment training. But we can just see how far we can see, if we can see anything, of RAF Leconfield. There's Arram Station. And it's gone cold again now. I've got my brig hat on. Coming up to a gate now, you can actually hear some vehicle action going on. I don't know if they're working today, but I think I've reached the gate and we can go no more. I don't know how much of this I can film. There's a BT Openreach van over there, but in the distance you can see the reminiscence of the runways and stuff. So yeah, do not enter. Ministry of Defence. Property, keep to Minster Way. Footpath. Well, where's the footpath? This is a prohibited place within the meaning of the Official Secrets Act. And Piddly is not in the Secrets Act. Unauthorised persons entering here may be prosecuted. I don't want that today. I want to go home. Yeah, prohibited place, meaning of the Official Secrets Act. Authorised persons entering the area may be arrested and prosecuted. My channel's not worth that. I'm not bald and bankrupt in Russia, but there you go. You can just see the gate behind me. There is the reminiscence of RAF Leconfield, now a defence training area for. Oh, just see a blinking military vehicle over there. I'm not going to take any pictures, obviously, because it's the Official Secrets Act, and Piddly will be closed and arrested and thrown in jail. Right, we'll go and see the nature reserve, though, see if we can see some birding for my good friend Glenn Bradley. We'll go and see the nature reserve, shall we? Hello, farmer. Right, we're just crossing into Polfin Nature Reserve. No, I don't know how far we can get to it. We'll get back to do. But we're on a public bridleway, so that's good. I have not got the footwear for this. A la Elton and Austin when they went a bit muddy. So I'll just walk on the bridleway as far as I can. Look. I mean, they are brown, but they're also white. I mean, they were cheap on M&M Direct, but that's fine. That's not the point. Train. But let's go and see how far we can get to Polfin something Nature Reserve. Train. I've gone the wrong way. The Nature Reserve's that way, and I'm going away from it now. I'm a geographer by degree. And I know I'm looking at the footpaths, it's wet. So let's just imagine all the birds there. Right, GB, birding over there. I'm not going in the mud to catch some birds. Back to Piddly. Not so Piddly lorry! A Piddly station. Ugh. Right, I've just come back on the Scarborough bound platform. There's someone actually on my hair. I've got a hat hair. There's someone actually waiting for the train with me on the Beverley side of where I'm going to go back to now. Right, let's do quirky ticketing, but first, passenger numbers. Right, this is by far the piddliest station on the Wolds coastline, and at 1,030 it blows the second piddliest way out the water. I mean, the second piddliest is Bempton, and that gets just over 23,000 passengers a year. Obviously, it does get an enhanced service every hour, whatever, to Sheffield, Scarborough, Hull, etc. Where obviously Arram gets a vastly reduced service. But you know, the 11 trains here call here. It's a station that serves peak periods mostly, with afternoon in-betweens with a massive gap between 2 and 5. But 1,030 passengers used Arram last year. There's another train coming. Let's see that fly through, and then we'll talk quicker ticketing. Speeding through for Sheffield, right, of the quirkiest destinations, well, the most popular destination is obviously Beverley down the road, which is the next stop. And basically the top 5 destinations on Tesla ruining my shot. All top 5 stations, and then Hilux now. Top 5 destinations were all on the coastline. You had your usual caveats of London, there was a Liverpool, there was a Manchester Airport, but of the quirkiest destinations someone bought a ticket to or from to Arram, and we've actually started a Piddly Stations episode, link there, Craven Arms. Craven Arms to Arram was the quirkiest destination, or the quirkiest ticketing bought between stations serving Arram. Craven Arms. And that wraps up the first Piddly Station of 2026. Business. I'm going to go back over there now. I've got about 15 minutes, wait for my train back to Beverley, and that's it for the first video, the first episode of Piddly Stations for 2026. The next one I've got lined up is a summer only station. Ooh, let's see, that'll be the next episode whenever that comes out. But until the next episode of Visiting Piddly Stations, please like, please subscribe, please share. I very much appreciate it. Don't ask so much. Ta-da.